Hello there, I am Tommy Taco, and let's get right into it. I just completed a game against Pittsburgh on a rainy day, 2-0 Yankees victory. We got 2 runs on 10 hits. A couple of the hits were by Luke Voigt. 2 doubles for Giancarlo Stanton. As far as Pittsburgh, they had 0 runs on only 3 hits. A wonderful performance put in by Masahiro Tanaka. He pitched a complete game shutout, only striking out 3, but that didn't matter as he held them to 3 hits and no runs. His ERA is now 2.76 on the season. The Yankees defeated Chris Archer, who only went 5 innings, giving up 8 hits and 2 runs. So a 2-0 Yankees victory, which brings us to our series against Minnesota. I do believe Minnesota is leading the Central, and they are by 3.5 games over Cleveland, as you can see here, and 7 over the White Sox. So I'm going to quick manage these 4 games, and then the next stream will be the 3-game series with Baltimore. I'm going to start doing separate streams for all the different quick managing. So let's get right into it. Montgomery against Berrios. Yankees in first place, still over Boston and Tampa. Clear skies here at Target Field today. Montgomery, who's 3-3 with a 3.66, takes the bump for the Yankees. Let's see what we have for a lineup today. The righty Berrios is on the hill. Let's see who's cold. Gleyber Torres. We'll give him the day off, I think. No, we're gonna leave him in there. Have him fight through it. So this will be the lineup for today. LeMahieu, Judge, Torres, Stanton, Sanchez, Voigt, Urshela, Hicks, and Tauchman coming up next.
Let's play ball.
All right, the visiting Yankees leading off against Jose Berrios, who is 6-5 on the season with a 3 even ERA. He struck out 93 batters in 96 innings, and he'll be facing LeMahieu, Judge, and Torres to lead it off. He strikes out LeMahieu. Judge grounds out. And Torres gets a hit, so there's 2 outs and 1 on for the DH, Giancarlo Stanton. And he flies out to end the inning. Goose egg in the first for the Yankees. Bottom of first now for the home team Minnesota Twins against Jordan Montgomery, who will be facing Byron Buxton, Jorge Polanco, and their third baseman Arias. Buxton grounds out, Polanco strikes out, and Arias is retired. Nothing doing for the Twins in the bottom of the first. Top of the second now for the Yankees. Sanchez, Voigt, and Urshela due up. Sanchez walks. A single from Voigt. Now there's 2 on and no outs for Gio Urshela. He strikes out to bring up Aaron Hicks, who goes big fly, and the Yankees lead 3-0. That'll bring up Michael Tauchman. He strikes out, and DJ LeMahieu strikes out to end the inning. But the Yankees get 3 big runs on the 3-run jack from Aaron Hicks against his former mates, and they lead 3-0. Bottom of the second now for the Twins. Cruz, Garver, and Rosario due up. Cruz grounds out. Garver flies out. That'll bring up the lefty Rosario. and he flies out, and they're retired 1-2-3 in the second. Top of the third now for the Bombers, starting with Judge, followed by Torres and Sanchez, or Stanton, rather. Judge grounds out. Torres strikes out, as does Giancarlo Stanton. Nothing doing for the Yankees in the third. Bottom three now for the Twins. Sano, Kepler, and Gonzalez due up against Jordan Montgomery. Sano flies out. Kepler singles. Runner at first with one out for Gonzalez. Marwin Gonzalez pops up. 2 outs. Byron Buxton back to the top of the order for the Twins. And he strikes out. Nothing doing there for the Twins in the third. Top of the fourth now for the New York Yankees. Sanchez, Voit, and Urshela. Sanchez walks. Voit grounds into a double play, and Urshela flies out. And the Twins get out of it. Bottom of the fourth now for the Twins. Polanco, Arias, and Nelson Cruz due up. Polanco grounds out. Arias walks. Nelson Cruz flies out. 2 outs. Runner at first for the catcher Mitch Garver, who has 15 home runs on the year. And he is struck out to end the inning. 3-0 Yanks after 4. Top of 5 now for the Yankees. Hicks, who has 19 home runs on the season, one of which came in his last at bat, is due up against Berrios, followed by Tauchman, and then it's back to the top of the order. Hicks strikes out, as does Tauchman. Then Berrios issues a 2-out walk to LeMahieu. That'll bring up Aaron Judge, and he strikes out, so Berrios strikes out the side. Nothing doing for the Yanks in the fifth. Bottom 5 now for the Twinkies. Rosario, Sano, and Kepler due up. Rosario grounds out. Sano strikes out, and Kepler grounds out. And the Twins are retired in order. Top 6 now for the Bombers. Torres, Stanton, and Sanchez due to come to the plate. Torres grounds out. Stanton flies out. And Gary Sanchez flies out, and the Yankees go down in order. Bottom 6 now for the Twins. Gonzalez, Buxton, and Polanco due up. Marwin Gonzalez grounds out. Byron Buxton pops out. 2 outs now for Polanco, and he flies out to end the inning. 3-0 Yankees after 6. Top of 7 now for New York. Luke Voit, followed by Urshela and Hicks. Berrios still in the game. Besides that 3-run jack, he hasn't pitched all that bad today.
Your attention, please.
And right on cue, in comes former starter Homer Bailey, who's 5-2 with a 4.7 ERA on the season. He struck out 66 batters in 69 innings. He'll be facing Voit, Urshela, and Hicks. Strikes out Voit. Urshela pops out. And Hicks strikes out to end the inning. A clean inning for Homer Bailey. Bottom of 7 now for the Twins. Arias, Cruz, and Garver due up. Arias pops out. Nelson Cruz flies out. Mitch Garver walks. Now we have a runner at first with 2 outs. And Rosario grounds out. Montgomery gets out of it. 3-0 Yankees after 7. Top 8 now. Tauchman will lead off, and then back to the top of the order. Tauchman flies out. LeMahieu grounds out. And Aaron Judge flies out to end the inning. They're retired in order. Okay, bottom of the 8th now for the Twins. Montgomery pitching a gem thus far, only giving up 1 hit in 7 innings. He'll be facing Sano, Kepler, and Gonzalez. He walks Sano. We got to be careful here. His energy's getting down to see if he can get the lefty Kepler. He walks him too. I think it's time to utilize the strong Yankee bullpen. We are going to bring in Tommy Canely. He'll be facing Gonzalez, Buxton, and Polanco. No outs, 2 runners on. He gets Gonzalez to fly out. And then Byron Buxton goes. Big fly. And the Twins have tied the game at 3. Polanco now steps to the dish. He singles with 1 out to bring up the lefty Arias. He grounds into a fielder's choice. 2 outs for Nelson Cruz. And he flies out to end the inning. But now we are in a tie game, 3-3 after 8. Bombers batting in the top of the 9th. Gleyber, Torres, Stanton, and Sanchez due up. They going to stick with Homer Bailey? They sure are. And Gleyber Torres greets him with a double. Giancarlo Stanton strikes out. Sanchez strikes out. And then Voit grounds out to end the inning. So the Yankees leave Torres on second. Bottom 9 now for the hometown Twins. We're going to put in J.A. Happ in this tie game. Happ, who has been who's on the trade block and is rumored to be going places before the deadline, but that hasn't affected him on the mound as he is pitching well. He will be facing Garver, Rosario, and Sano. Garver strikes out, Rosario strikes out, and Miguel Sano grounds out to end the inning. That'll bring us to extra innings. Top of 10 now for New York. Urshela, Hicks, and Tauchman due up. Urshela singles. Hicks hits into a fielder's choice. Tauchman strikes out. Let's try a little hit and run action here with LeMahieu and Hicks with 2 outs. And he grounds out to end the inning. Nothing doing for the Yanks. They're in the 10th. Bottom of 10 now for Minnesota. Kepler, Gonzalez, and Buxton due up against J.A. Happ. A leadoff double from Max Kepler. And a triple from Marwin Gonzalez. And the Twins have defeated the Yankees 4-3. Homer Bailey gets the win in relief, pitching well to improve to 6-2. J.A. Happ takes the loss. He's now 7-4 on the season. The player of the game is Bailey, who pitched 4 scoreless innings in relief. Let's get right into the next one. Ace Garrett Cole on the hill against Maeda. Battle of first place clubs. Garrett Cole with his 2.29 ERA on the season against Kenta Maeda, who is 1-6 with a 5.18. Not doing well in his this season for Minnesota so far. Let's see, Sanchez is cold, as is Kratz, but we'll give Gary the day off. Okay, let's put in Andujar as well. Alright, this is how we're gonna roll today. LeMahieu, Judge, Torres, Stanton, Voit, Hicks, Andujar, Mike Ford, and Eric Kratz coming up next. LeMahieu, Judge, and Torres leading off against Maeda. LeMahieu strikes out. Judge doubles, 1 on 1 out for Torres, and he singles to put runners at the corners. That'll bring up Giancarlo Stanton. He flies out, 2 outs, runners at the corners for the hot hitting Luke Voit. He gets hit by a pitch. Now the bases are juiced for former Twin Aaron Hicks. And he singles, scoring 2 runs, and the Yankees take an early 2-0 lead. Andujar steps to the plate. He grounds into a fielder's choice to end the inning. But the Bombers pick up 2 runs on 3 hits and lead the Twins going into the bottom of the first 2-0. Twins batting now, Marwin Gonzalez, followed by Polanco and Cruz against the Yankees' Garrett Cole. Gonzalez flies out, Polanco singles, Nelson Cruz strikes out, and Sano strikes out. Nothing doing for the Twins in the first. Top of the second now for New York. Ford and Kratz, then back to the top of the order. Ford and Kratz ground out, and LeMahieu flies out, and the Yankees are retired in order in the top of the second. Bottom of 2 now for the Twins. Garver, Rosario, and Donaldson due up. Garver strikes out, Rosario flies out, and Donaldson grounds out as the Twins are retired in order. Top of 3 now for the Bombers. Judge, Torres, and Stanton. Judge strikes out. Torres pops out, and Stanton flies out, and the Yankees are retired in order. Bottom of 3 now for the Twins. Kepler, then Buxton, then to the top of the order with Marwin Gonzalez. Kepler grounds out. Byron Buxton strikes out, and Marwin Gonzalez grounds out. And the Twins go down 1-2-3. Top of 4 now for the Bombers. Voit, Hicks, and Andujar. Voit grounds out. Hicks grounds out. And Andujar lines out. Nothing doing for the Yankees in the fourth. Bottom of the fourth for the Twins. Polanco, Cruz, and Sano due up. A single for Polanco. And then a 2-run home run from Nelson Cruz, and the Twins draw even 2-2. No outs now. Miguel Sano due up. He walks. Mitch Garver walks. Rosario lines out. 2 out, 1 on, or 1 out, 2 on for Josh Donaldson. And he walks. Bases are juiced now for the lefty Max Kepler with 1 out. He hits into a fielder's choice. No runner scores, so bases juiced, 2 outs. Byron Buxton steps to the plate. And he singles in 2 runs, and now the Twins lead the Yankees 4-2. Gonzalez is retired to end the inning, but Minnesota picks up a 4 spot in the 4th inning and now lead the Yankees 4-2 after 4. Top of 5 now for the Bombers. Ford, Kratz, and LeMahieu due up. Ford grounds out. Kratz singles to bring up LeMahieu, who also singles. 2 on and 1 out for the Judge. He strikes out to bring up Gleyber Torres with 2 outs, and he flies out to end the inning. Bottom 5 now for the Twins. Polanco, Cruz, and Sano due up. Polanco grounds out. Cruz walks. Sano strikes out. And Mitch Garver hits a 2-run home run. And now the Twins lead the Yankees 6-2. Rosario comes up and grounds out to end the inning. So Garrett Cole not looking like an ace today. And after 5, 6-2 Twins. Top 6 now for the Bombers. Stanton, Voit, and Hicks due up. They'll be facing Fernando Romero, who's 3-2 on the year with a 2.00 ERA. And he is greeted with a double from Giancarlo Stanton. Luke Voit pops out. And then Aaron Hicks does it again. A 2-run home run, and he's cut the Twins lead down to 2. 6-4 Twins. Andujar steps in and flies out, and Mike Ford pops out to end the inning. But the Yankees get 2 runs back and trail by 2. Minnesota batting bottom of the 6th. Donaldson, Kepler, and Buxton due up. Cole still in there and strikes out Donaldson. Kepler with a 1-out single. Buxton strikes out. 2 out and a runner at first for the leadoff hitter, Marwin Gonzalez. He singles to put runners at the corners with 2 outs for the shortstop, Jorge Polanco. And they were caught stealing to end the inning. Top of 7 now for the Yankees. Kratz, and then to the top of the order. Kratz lines out. LeMahieu strikes out. And Judge strikes out. The Yankees are retired in order. Bottom of 7 now for the Twins. Polanco, Cruz, and Sano. Polanco strikes out. Cruz singles. Sano strikes out. And then Mitch Garver goes big fly, and it is 8-4 Twins. We'll bring in Chad Green. That's enough of Garrett Cole, so much that it made my voice crack. Wonderful. And Green gets out of the inning, but the Twins get those 2 runs back and now lead the Bombers 8-4. Top 8 now for New York. Torres, Stanton, and Voit looking to get things rolling against Romero. Torres flies out. Stanton grounds out. Luke Voit walks to bring up the hot-hitting Aaron Hicks. And he hits another 2-home run. He is just going off on Twins pitching. So they get those 2 runs back and trail by 2, 8-6. 2 outs for Andujar. He will be facing Trevor May, who's 1-1 with a 2.19 ERA coming into pitch. And he retires Andujar on a ground out. 8-6 Yankees going into the bottom of the 8th for the Twins. They'll have Donaldson, Kepler, and Buxton facing Chad Green. Donaldson singles. Kepler walks. Buxton walks, and Chad Green must be drinking the same water as Aroldis Chapman, because they are both severely underperforming this year. I'm going to bring in Jonathan Holder. Quite the situation here. Bases loaded, no outs for the top of the order, and Marwin Gonzalez. He strikes him out. Polanco hits into a fielder's choice. No runner scores. Nelson Cruz, 2 outs, bases juiced. And he lines out, so Jonathan Holder gets out of it. Very impressive. Comes in, bases loaded, no outs. Doesn't give up anything. No runs in the 8th for the Twins. Top 9 now for the Yankees. Ford, Kratz, and LeMahieu due up against the lefty closer for the Twins, Taylor Rogers, who has a 1.61 ERA this season. And he's greeted with a single from Mike Ford. Let's see, Eric Kratz. I am going to pinch hit Mr. Sanchez.
Your attention, please. Pinch hitting for the Yankees.
And he promptly flies out. 1 out and 1 on. LeMahieu at the dish. And he goes big fly, and the Yankees have tied the game on a 2-run home run by DJ LeMahieu. That'll bring Aaron Judge to the plate. He singles. 1 out, 1 on for Torres. And they run Rogers from the game. Tyler Duffy coming in the game now. 1-0 with a 4.19 ERA. Strikes out Torres. Walks Stanton. And Luke Voit doubles in 2 runs. And now the Yankees lead 10-9. Or 10-8 rather, excuse me. 2 outs for Aaron Hicks. He pops out to end the inning. So now with the lead in the 9th, we are going to call on the new closer, who's done well so far. Hope I didn't jinx him, even though I'm not the superstitious type. You just never know. So Zach Britton, with his minuscule 1.40 ERA, coming in to lock it down for the Yanks, will be facing Sano, Garver, and Rosario for the Twinkies. And Sano greets him with a single. Garver hits to a fielder's choice, and he's at first with 1 out. Rosario singles, and now there's 1 out and 2 on for Josh Donaldson, former MVP.
Your attention, please. Pinch hitting for the Twins.
And he will be taken out of the game in favor of Luis Arias. He singles, but it looks like the runner was gunned down at the plate. So there is 2 on and 2 out for the lefty, Max Kepler. He walks. We're going to make it interesting, aren't we? Fantastic. So Byron Buxton has a chance to be a hero here. 10-8, 2 outs, bottom of the 9th, bases juiced. Byron Buxton facing Yankees closer Zach Britton. And he is retired to end the game, and the Yankees have defeated the Twins 10-8. Taylor Rogers takes the loss. He is now 1-1 on the year. Jonathan Holder, who was impressive in his inning of work, gets the win, and Zach Britton gets a eventful save. Aaron Hicks went 3 for 5 with 2 more home runs and 6 ribbies, and the Yankees win 10-8. Right into the next game. Severino and Odorizzi. Right here at Target Field. Clear skies. The cold Luis Severino, 6-2 with a 3.60 ERA. Let's get it going in here. Gonna give Gio the day off. It's hard to take Voit out of the lineup with the way he's been performing this year. We'll put Judge at DH. Hopefully get some of that energy back. This is how we are going to roll today. LeMahieu, Judge, Torres, Stanton, Sanchez, Voit, Hicks, Andujar, and Brett Gardner coming up next.
Let's play ball.
Jake Odorizzi, 7-5 with a 4.36 ERA, takes the bump for the Twins here in Minnesota on this clear day. LeMahieu, Judge, and Torres due up. LeMahieu flies out. Judge strikes out. Torres with a 2-out double, bringing up Stanton. And Stanton is retired to end the inning. Nothing doing for the Yanks in the first. Bottom of first now for the Twins. Buxton steps in, followed by Polanco and Arias. Buxton greets Severino with a single. And then Polanco grounds into a double play to bring up the second baseman, Luis Arias. And he strikes out to end the inning. Top of the second now for the Yankees, Sanchez, Voit, and Hicks. Sanchez walks. Voit hits into a fielder's choice and is now at first. Hicks flies out. 2 outs. Run around first for Andujar. He walks to bring up Brett Gardner, who doubles, scoring 2 runs, and the Yankees take an early 2-0 lead. Back to the top of the order now with LeMahieu. He pops out to end the inning. But the Yankees pick up 2 runs and now lead the Twins 2-0. Bottom of the second now for the hometown Twins, Cruz, Rosario, and Sano. Leadoff double by Cruz. Rosario grounds out. Sano grounds out. And then Josh Donaldson ties the game with a 2-run home run to bring up Max Kepler. And he's retired to end the inning, but the Twins draw even 2-2. Top of 3 now for the Yankees. The 2, 3, 4 hole hitters for the Bombers up now. That would be Judge, who strikes out, Torres, who flies out, and Stanton, who strikes out. And the Yankees go down 1, 2, 3. Bottom 3 for the Twins. 9-hole hitter Alex Avila is due up, followed by Buxton and Polanco. Avila strikes out, as does Buxton, and does Polanco. So Severino reaches back and strikes out the side. Top of the fourth now for New York. Sanchez, Voit, and Hicks. Sanchez flies out. Voit strikes out, and Hicks flies out. Nothing doing for the Yankees in the fourth. Bottom of four now for the Bombers. For the Twins, rather. Arias, Cruz, and Rosario. Arias grounds out. Cruz strikes out. That'll bring up Rosario. He singles. 2 outs and a runner at first for Sano, who flies out to end the inning. 2-2 after 4. Top 5 now. Andujar, Gardner, and LeMahieu due up for New York.
Ball 4, take the base.
Andujar walks. Gardner flies out. Let's hit and run with LeMahieu. And it pays off. Base hit from LeMahieu. Runners at the corners with 1 out. 1 out.
Take the base.
Aaron Judge walks to load the bases for the shortstop, Gleyber Torres.
Ball 4, take the base.
He walks in the go-ahead run, and now the Yankees lead 3-2. Giancarlo Stanton hits a sac fly, and now the Yankees lead 4-2. Runners at the corners, 2 outs for Gary Sanchez.
Ball 4, take the base.
He walks to load the bases again for Luke Voit, who has 17 moonshots on the season.
Your attention, please.
Homer Bailey comes in to pitch and face Voit and promptly strikes him out. But the Yankees pick up 2 runs and now lead the Twins 4-2. Bottom 5 Twins, Donaldson, Kepler, and Avila due up. Donaldson strikes out. Kepler singles. Avila lines out. And Byron Buxton is retired. Nothing doing for the Twins in the 5th. Top of 6 now for the Bombers. Hicks, Andujar, and Gardner due up against Homer Bailey. Hicks singles. Andujar pops out. Gardner hits into a fielder's choice and is at first. Let's try and steal. Oh, and he did it. Now LeMahieu will be batting with Gardner at second and 2 outs.
Take your base. Ball 4.
He'll walk to bring up Aaron Judge, who singles in the run to give the Yankees a 5-2 lead, and I can't talk today. Wonderful. That'll bring up Gleyber Torres. He walks. Bases are loaded again for the slugger, Giancarlo Stanton.
Ball 4, take the base.
He walks, and now the Yankees lead 6-2. Gary Sanchez strikes out with the bases loaded to end the inning, but the Yankees pick up 2 more runs and lead 6-2. Bottom 6 now for the Twins. Polanco, Arias, and Cruz due up against Severino. Polanco flies out. Arias grounds out, and then Nelson Cruz goes big fly. Severino is getting close to getting the hook here. 6-3 Yanks. Rosario digs in. He strikes him out to end the inning. But they pick up a run, and the Yankees lead the Twins 6-3. Top of 7 now for the Yanks. Voit, Hicks, and Andujar due up. Single from Voit. Single from Hicks. Fernando Romero comes into the game to face Andujar. And he singles. 3 consecutive singles. But there was a runner thrown out on the base pass, and no runner scores. So runners at the corners with 1 out for Brett Gardner.
Take your base. Ball 4.
Brett Gardner walks, and the bases are juiced for DJ LeMahieu with 1 out. He lines out. Bases are still juiced for Aaron Judge, who has 23 home runs on the season. And he grounds out to end the inning. We are going to leave Luis Severino with a good taste in his mouth, leaving the game after 6 innings and a 6-3 lead. We will call on, let's see. We'll go out of Vino. To face Sano, Donaldson, and Kepler. Strikes out Sano. Donaldson singles. Kepler lines out. And Avila strikes out to end the inning. Nothing doing for the Twins in the 7th. Top 8 now for the Yanks. 3-4-5 facing Fernando Romero. Fly out from Torres. Fly out from Stanton. And Sanchez is retired as the Yankees go quietly. Bottom of 8 now for the Twins with leadoff hitter Byron Buxton followed by Polanco and Arias. Buxton grounds out. Polanco singles. You know what? I'm feeling squirrely. Let's give Chapman a chance here. He'll be facing Arias, Cruz, and Rosario with 1 on and 1 out. Single for Arias. And walks Cruz. Boy, I'm going to regret this. Let's do a little reset here. Bottom of the 8th, 1 out. Bases loaded for Eddie Rosario against Aroldis Chapman. Chapman rears back and strikes out Rosario. Can he get Sano? And he does, and gets out of the inning after making it quite interesting. 6-3 Yankees after 9. Top of the 9th now for the Yankees, Voit, Hicks, and Andujar. They'll be facing former Yankee Tyler Clippard, who walks Voit. Hicks grounds into a double play, and Andujar strikes out to end the inning. 6-3 lead for the Yanks going into the bottom of the 9th. We will call on the closer, Zach Britton, to face Josh Donaldson, Max Kepler, and Alex Avila. He's greeted with a single from Donaldson. A single from Kepler. Mitch Garver flies out. 2 out and 1, 2 on and 1 out rather, for the top of the order in Buxton. He flies out. Runners at the corners now for the .343 hitting Jorge Polanco facing Zach Britton. And he strikes out to end the inning and the game rather. And the Yankees have defeated the Twins 6-3. Odorizzi picks up the loss. He's now 7-6. Severino picks up the win. He is now 7-2. Zach Britton worked the 9th for his 5th save. Brett Gardner was the player of the game, going 1 for 3 with a run scored, 2 runs batted in, a double, a stolen base, and a walk. In the 6-3 Yankees victory. This will be the last game of this session. Going right into it. It's not quick managed for nothing. Here we go. James Paxton is on the bump today. Both teams are still in first place. The undefeated James Paxton in his .249 ERA against Randy Dubnak, who's 4-4 with a .397. Actually, yeah. Giving all these hot guys a day off. And by hot, I mean they're on fire. Let's see how we're gonna do this. This is how we are going to roll today. LeMahieu, Judge, Andujar, Stanton, Sanchez, Gardner, Urshela, Talkman, and Wade. Coming up next. Play ball. LeMahieu, Judge, and Andujar leading off against Randy Dobnak. Single from LeMahieu. Judge lines out. Andujar flies out. And Stanton strikes out to end the inning. Goose egg on the board for the Yankees in the first. Bottom of first now for the hometown Twins. Gonzalez, Buxton, and Cruz to face the undefeated James Paxton. Gonzalez grounds out, Buxton flies out, and Nelson Cruz strikes out to end the inning. Top of second now for the Bombers, Sanchez, Gardner, and Urshela. Sanchez pops out, Gardner lines out, and Urshela grounds out to end the inning. The Yankees are retired in order in the second. Bottom of second now, Sano, Garver, and Kepler due up. Sano strikes out, Garver walks, Kepler hits into a fielder's choice. Rosario walks, and Paxton gets out of the inning unscathed. Top of third now for the Yankees. Tauchman, Wade, and then back to the top of the order. Tauchman singles. Wade triples in a run, and the Yankees take a 1-0 lead. LeMahieu digs in and strikes out, as does Aaron Judge. And Miguel Andujar grounds out to end the inning, but the Yankees lead the game 1-0. Bottom of three now for the Twins. Polanco, Gonzalez, and Buxton due up. Polanco, batting ninth today, flies out. Gonzalez strikes out, and Buxton flies out, as the Twins are retired in order in the third. Top of the fourth now for the Yankees. The 4, 5, 6 hitters due up. Stanton flies out. Sanchez grounds out, and Gardner singles with 2 outs. 2 outs, and Gardner at first for Gio Urshela, who promptly flies out to end the inning. Bottom of four now for the Twins. Their 3, 4, 5 hitters due up against James Paxton. Cruz strikes out, and then Sano hits a solo home run to draw the Twins even 1-1. Mitch Garver strikes out, and Kepler flies out to end the inning, but the Twins draw even 1-1. Top five now for the Yankees, the 8, 9 hitters, and then back to the top of the order on Randy Dobnak. Tauchman walks, Wade flies out, LeMahieu strikes out, and Judge is retired to end the inning. Bottom five now for the Twins, 7, 8, 9. The 7-hole hitter, Rosario, singles. Donaldson flies out. Polanco strikes out. And Gonzalez is retired. And the score remains 1-1 after 5 innings. Top of 6 now. The 3, 4, 5 meat of the order for the Bombers due up. Andujar flies out. Stanton rather, singles. Sanchez walks. Gardner strikes out. 2 out, 2 on for Gio Urshela. He walks. Now the bases are loaded for Michael Tauchman, who will be facing Rich Hill out of the bullpen for the Twins. And he walks, and the Yankees take a 2-1 lead. Tyler Wade digs in. He grounds out to end the inning, but the Yankees pull ahead 2-1 after the top of the 6. Bottom of 6 now for the Twins, the 2, 3, 4 batters for the Twins. Buxton grounds out, Cruz flies out, and Sano strikes out to end the inning. Top of 7 now for the New York Yankees with the top of the order. LeMahieu flies out, Judge strikes out, and Andujar grounds out to end the inning. Nothing doing for the Yankees in the 7th. Bottom of 7 now for the Twins. Mitch Garver followed by Kepler and Rosario. Garver strikes out. Then Kepler ties the game 2-2 on a solo home run. 1 out, nobody on for Rosario. He grounds out to bring up Donaldson, who promptly walks to bring up Polanco. Donaldson steals second off of Paxton, but Paxton gets out of it as he gets Polanco to ground out. Top of 8 now, 3, 4, 5 hitters due up for the Yankees. Stanton strikes out, Sanchez strikes out, and Gardner grounds out. Paxton low on energy here. We are going to put in Happ in this tie game. Top of the order for the Twins now. Gonzalez greets Happ with a single, and Byron Buxton, the speedy Byron Buxton, grounds into a double play. 2 outs for Cruz, and he hits a solo home run to give the Twins a 3-2 lead. Miguel Sano steps to the dish. and pops up to end the inning. Now the Yankees trail 3-2 in the ninth. Urshela, Talkman, and Wade due up. Taylor Rogers comes in. The Yankees got to him the other day. Let's see if they can do it again. Urshela flies out. Talkman flies out. And Tyler Wade strikes out to end the game, and the Twins have defeated the Yankees 3-2. J.A. Happ picks up another loss, 2 losses in the series. He's 7-5 now in the year. Rich Hill picks up the win in relief, 9-5 is his record, and Taylor Rogers gets his 25th save. The player of the game was Rich Hill, who was excellent in relief, 2 1/3 innings, striking out 3 as he picks up the win. And the Yankees and Twins split in that series. If the playoffs were to end today, both teams would be in the playoffs, and if they are to be matched up in the playoffs, I'm sure it would be one hell of a series. Our next broadcast will be this 3-game series with Baltimore, and then I will be playing the Cubs. One of these games, maybe I'll go with Paxton, but I will be facing the Cubs in the game that I play. When I play, I am currently 10-4. But as I was looking over the statistics, I've only played 3 games at home, so I need to pick that up and play more games in the Bronx. I usually like playing at all the different stadiums, but I love Yankee Stadium too, so I'm going to try and concentrate on that in the next month. And thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you at our next broadcast, a quick managed session against Baltimore. Thank you for tuning in. Take care.